Welcome back to Central Valley Wedding and Special Events. I'm Shara Roderick, and I'm here with Christina Hopper of CJ Hopper Photography. Thank you for joining me, Christina.
Thanks for having us.
It's great to have you. I feel like photography is one of the most important things a bride can invest in on their big day. How did you get started in this business, and what took you towards weddings?
So actually I was pushed into this business.
Oh, really?
It was just a hobby. I really enjoy people, actually, more than anything. Really love to talk to people and be involved with people, and I love to look at pictures. And so I started taking pictures, and my husband was like, "You're good at this. You should do this." And next thing I know, he's bought me all the equipment. He built me a studio. And he's like, "You're going to do this."
I've spent this money. You have to do it now.
Yeah. And then the big push was, I'm going to quit my job and we're going to do this together. And yeah. And so we were just running our business out of our home, and then we found a retail shop in Visalia, which we love. We looked at different places. We looked at Clovis, we looked at Kingsburg, but Visalia just won our heart. We love the downtown area. So we opened up a retail shop and began taking pictures. And I mostly worked with families and children because I'm a mom, and that was easy for me. But I was like, weddings are kind of a big deal. Super scary, kind of getting out there. You got like one shot at it,
right?
You know. And so we just kind of slowly got into it, and then I just fell in love. I love being a part of such a special day. Like, it's once in a lifetime kind of thing, and we get to be a part of that, and there's so many emotions going on, and so to be able to capture that is a big deal for us.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I think in this day and age, so many people just think they're photographers with their cell phones, but there definitely is a quality to having a professional photographer there and professional equipment.
Yes, and like I said, it's a lot to do with people, because there's a lot of people that can take very good quality images, but knowing how to be in the mix that day, dealing with your family, dealing with your bridal party, really knowing how to be professional and handle people in a professional way, along with our skills, along with taking wonderful pictures, but knowing how to place ourselves, knowing how not to be in the way, and knowing when to really step up and make people feel comfortable, because it's kind of awkward to have a big camera in front of your face.
Absolutely.
So it's a really big deal, I think. Yeah.
Well, and I love that you have an actual location where people can come meet you. It seems like it sets that professional tone from the start.
We do. I always wanted to have a place that people could come to and not have to worry about, traffic or people interrupting, or just being able to focus on the couple and hear their story and really get to know them as people, because we end up turning out to be friends with our clients. We're with them all day. So it's really important, like I said, personality and knowing people and making them comfortable. That's a really big part of what we do. And so being able to be in an environment like our studio where they can sit down, it's a comfy couch, we can drink some coffee and really get to know each other. And that's kind of what seals the deal, is being able to say, I think I could spend 8 hours with you today.
That's an important thing. You need to make sure that you can get along with that person that's going to be a part of your big day.
Absolutely. And just making sure that they're comfortable and looking their best in front of the camera. It's like, it doesn't matter how good I can take that picture, but I see like, they're not comfortable in front of this camera. So that's a big part of what we do, is making sure that they're like, okay, I'm cool with you, Christina. You're my friend. You're not just my photographer. And they can really get comfortable with their partners and really show, like, our tagline is "Feel the Love." And so that's really what we want people to look at look at their pictures and say, that's really us, like, and we look good. And that's really us, and that's really how I feel about my partner. I just love them, and so that's really kind of like we just kind of play off of that.
That's so neat. Now, do you think there's a value in having the same photographer for your engagement photos and your wedding day photos?
Absolutely. I usually will not work with someone if I haven't done their engagement.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's that important.
It's so important, because not, like I said, not everybody's comfortable in front of the camera, and so our engagement session is a time for me to kind of work out those kinks,
have a little fun,
have some fun. I always tell them it's just like a date. We're just going on a date. You've got this weird short girl with a camera taking your picture, telling you to kiss a lot, but other than that, it's just a date. And if you focus on each other and everything else is going to come through on the other end. And then I do a lot of coaching because I don't like to do a lot of posing.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you look at our photography, you'll see that, you know, we're walking, we're laughing, we're talking.
It's more natural.
It should be natural,
Right.
because you want to look back on it and be like, why was I so stiff? You know,
Right.
like, it's your wedding day. So yeah, we want a lot of laughter, a lot of smiles, and so that takes coaching, because people do get really, like I said, when that camera goes up, people kind of get really stiff and awkward. So it takes, like I said, that personality talking. It's okay, you've got this, just look at each other. Yeah, so it's a lot of fun to be able to work with couples.
Well, I can tell you really enjoy it. You definitely seem to have a passion for it.
Yeah, I like my second shooter. She's my more relaxed kickback. I'm like in people's faces. Let me touch you. Let me fix you. You know, I mean, so much of the hands-on to make sure that you look fabulous. And so it's just, I really enjoy it. I actually had to attend a wedding once, just attend it, and I hated it. It was awful. It was so boring.
Were you judging the photographer the whole time?
Nice. Nice. But, you know, I want to be right.
Right, you want to be in the
there.
action.
I want to be in the action, and so to have to sit back and just kind of watch it was kind of boring.
It was hard for you.
Yeah, it was hard for me. It was really hard for me, and I really enjoy being a part of that day and all of the emotions that take place from beginning to end. And I always tell my couples, it's like a marathon. You know, you start here.
It really is. It's a long day.
It's a long day, and I'm there with you the whole day. We're going to get you from beginning to end. I'm going to grab those flowers if I need to grab those flowers. We're going to, bustle you up if we need to bustle you up. Like, we're not just taking pictures. We're providing a full service from beginning to end. And then that's just the day. Then we have the post, we have the editing, we have the presentation of your memories. I have so many times the couples I'll come back in about 4 weeks after the wedding, and I'll say, so what do you remember? What was your favorite part? And they're like, I don't remember anything.
It's all a blur.
It's such a blur, and it went by so fast. And I was like, that's what I want to hear, because
here are your
memories and forever, preserved, and what we do and what you're going to remember, and all of the little details and everything that we capture. So it's really fun to see them just be like, wow, it was like we just relived our day. And that's like, yes, that's it. That's exactly what we're here for.
Yeah, that's very true. And that's why I say I think photography is one of the most important things a bride can invest in. Because after that big day, it's all over, but you have those photos, those quality photos to remember.
It's all you have left. It's all you have left. And your memories.
And your husband, I guess.
And your husband. Well, you have to remember why you liked him, and that's why our pictures are there.
You really liked him on that day.
Exactly.
So
See?
it's good to have
the
the
love
reminder.
in this picture. You got to remember why you got married. Yeah.
Now, throughout that whole big day, you said you're there from start to finish.
Yes.
Is there a moment that you just love? You live for that moment to shoot at the wedding. What is it?
Oh, there's many moments, beginning with the bride getting into her dress. Every time I'm having to hold back the tears because, I don't know, they're just so beautiful, so beautiful. And so that's one of my favorite parts, is getting them into the dress, taking their pictures, and then, of course, the first look, if you know what that is. Not a lot of people know what first look is, but
I think it's starting to become a popular shot to get.
It is, because it's a more of an intimate time with your partner than sharing it with sometimes 300 people.
Right.
Being able to see each other first time, actually have a conversation. Oh, you wouldn't believe what happened earlier today. Let me tell you. And then just being able to say, babe, you look so beautiful. You can't say that when you're up at the altar. You kind of have to zip it and get into it.
Say your vows.
Say your vows and get married, So the first look is definitely, it's one of our favorite parts in watching the groom's reaction. And that's not to say that's for everybody. I mean, everyone's watching the groom down the aisle. They just want to see his reaction, And so that's why the first look is good sometimes, because they're not always themselves in front of 300 people.
Which is understandable. So you're going to get that real reaction when it's just the two of you. So, and me with the camera in your face. I love that. Well, I do want people to see your work. So what's the best way for people to find your photos if they want to kind of get an idea of your style?
I think a good way to get just kind of a good feel of our style is Instagram.
Okay.
And
it's a great resource.
It's a great resource. You can kind of see the best of our work. And then that will take you to our website, which is great, where we actually show full gallery. So you can kind of, I always tell people when you're shopping for a photographer, you should always look at all of their work, not just what they think is good in the highlights, but what are you actually going to get out of it? Are you going to see everything? And what is their, editing like? And are they using real colors? And, or is everything black and white? You really, really want to know. So ask.
Make sure it's your style.
Make sure it's your style. See the full gallery, not just...
That's great advice. Not just those key shots, but the whole day.
Yeah,
how
like
it's
what
represented.
how it's represented, and does it match, what your style is. Yeah, so...
Now, being in February, we're already getting close to that busy time of year. Are you taking on clients for 2018 still?
Oh, absolutely, as well as we've already got inquiries
for 2019.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, October is like we're in the valley where we live.
We like fall.
Well, it's drier usually.
Yeah.
It's a little bit too dry lately, but it's drier. It's not too hot. It's just, we always have to tell people in the wedding industry, if you're getting married in October and you're looking for a photographer, you've got to look at least, a year to 9 months in advance. To get that date open. So October's a big one. And then of course May. May is always such a big time for, it's not too hot around here, but everyone's, almost done with school and all that stuff. So we're getting ready to start. March will kind of kick it off. So we're really excited about the weddings we have booked for 2018 and all the wonderful venues we get to work at. Really, really pretty places around here.
Absolutely. Well, like I said, I can tell you really enjoy what you do, and it seems like you have such a fun job to be able to capture those memories for people.
It's fun, but it's
stressful, I'm sure.
It's not just stressful. It's that marathon thing. It's like we only have I think we sit down for 15 minutes and finally eat, but we work hard for our couples, and we're going all day long for them and trying not to miss anything. I think that's the stressful part is
I'm sure.
We have to get it all.
You have that one shot.
Yeah, that one shot, yeah. Well, there's ways. We have our ways.
You have little tricks of the trade.
We have tricks. We won't miss anything.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. Well, Christina, thank you so much for taking the time to tell us about your work.
Thank you.
It's great to have you
Thanks
tonight.
for having us.